Johann, can you tell me a bit about the history of Steelpan in the sense of the origin of where it came from and how it became what it is today?
Well, Steelpan's history, let's put it this way, it wasn't a very pleasant history.
Right.
It came out after the abolition of slavery in Trinidad and Tobago, and you know, people were oppressed in Trinidad and Tobago under colonial rule, and the freed African slaves would find a way to celebrate. We had French influence, we had English influence in Trinidad and Tobago, and the French would play Carnival, the English as well, and they would do masquerade balls and that sort of stuff. So it started with the freed African slaves actually trying to mock them, and they would do their own celebration, and they would beat their drums and that sort of stuff and parade out in the streets. And then the colonial masters did not like that, so they banned the drums. There was a proclamation, there was a law banning the use of drums.
Right.
And so what these guys did is that they rebelled. Anything that they could find, they started to beat on, whether it's a garbage can, whether it's a biscuit tin, whether it's an old
bamboo
anything.
Is what I learned recently.
Correct. So it started with bamboo, it started with things like dustbins, it started with anything that they could have beat on to mimic a drum.
Right.
And sooner or later these guys realized that wait, after beating on this surface for a little while, it starts to get a note. And eventually it became a competition, believe it or not.
Wow.
Between persons, so look, I got one note, you got two, I'm going to try to get three now. And that's how it grew. And eventually we came up with instruments now that are standardized and world renowned. For example, this instrument here is 29 notes.
Wow.
Right? So, you
are
know,
all steel pans 29 notes, or as you mentioned, some of them
Some of them are different, some of them
Right.
vary, but most tenor pans are between 26 to 32 notes, depending on the layout, depending on the style of it.
Okay.
Tuning a pan is really it's a really challenging one, but we have a lot of skilled pan tuners in Trinidad and as well in the US and internationally now as well.
Beautiful.
So tuning or the finishing of the instrument is really where the beauty of it comes in. You know, that's the real skill, right? It's, believe it or not, the only acoustic instrument to be invented in the 20th century. In the 20th century, you had the advent, of course, digital synthesizers. You have many digital instruments, electronic violins, electronic everything. But in that time period, it was the only acoustic instrument to be invented. And it started right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Beautiful.
And believe it or not, it's like an accidental invention. Again, being in Trinidad and Tobago, where you have predominantly African persons and Indian persons, is the marriage of the rhythms, the marriage of the drums, the marriage of the beats, that sort of stuff that has brought us to where we are today.
And also the mimicking of the French, as you said,
Correct.
has an influence of
Correct.
how
So
this
it is,
thing was created.
Correct. That the whole culture of where Carnival is today is based on that. Is based on that basically that mockery of what was going on back in the day. And so we've come to a point where it's now our culture and we celebrate this culture, even though there was a sad past to it. We've gone beyond that.
Right. Something that I've noticed from traveling to other Caribbean islands, I've been to 2 other Caribbean islands. In comparison, what I love about Trinidad is the mixture of cultures, and that I find different versus the other Caribbean islands. Yes, we are all one. There's something so unique and beautiful of Trinidad with the influence of the French, the Indians, the Africans, the Dutch, Chinese, Syrian.
It's really a cultural melting pot. I think we've had we are blessed in Trinidad and Tobago to have had the influence of so many different cultures, so many different races, so many different religions in one spot. And it's strange in that, different parts of the world, they don't coexist.
Correct.
But in Trinidad, it does coexist in that you may find a Hindu temple, and a block away might be a mosque, and a block away might be a Catholic church, and a block away might be a Seventh-day Adventist church, and a block away may be a Jehovah's Witness church, and that's how it goes. And that shows you that Trinidad really has something special. Regardless of whatever issues we have, it's something that is magical. We are very tolerant people, we are very happy people, we are very creative people. And I think if we spend a little more time harnessing that, we'll be even better than where we are right now.
I completely agree. Harnessing and highlighting it.
There's a panyard or a steel orchestra rehearsal site that's actually...
We drove past that, Invaders, right?
Right, so there's Invaders just up the street on Tragarete Road, and there's actually another one just down across the street here. It's called Phase 2 Pan Group.
Okay, awesome.
And Phase 2 is one of the bigger champion bands in Trinidad. They've won Panorama 7 times. Panorama is our national steel band competition, and it brings together instruments and players from all over the world. So if you think about this being one single pan, imagine an orchestra with different types of pans. So this is just what we call a tenor pan. One person plays this.
Okay.
We have double tenors, which would be two actual drums that one person plays. There are double seconds, same sort of thing, 2 drums. There's a double guitar. And then they have things like 3 cellos, 3 drums that one person plays, and then they're like 4 bass. One person plays 4 in 4 different drums, and then it's like 6 bass, 6 drums, 7 bass, 7 drums, 9 bass, 9 drums, even 12.
Are they all constructed the same or differently?
So they're all made generally out of the same material. These are actually made from oil drums. So each one of these things that you see here is an individual note. Don't mind the rust. This is just adds character
of course,
to this.
Absolutely.
And
amazing character.
Each one of these is a different note, of course, right? You get different. So like the bigger the note is, the lower the tone. So. And then if you go a little bit more in, you get the same note, but a higher octave of it. Then in more, a higher octave again. So that's the principle of the steel drum. Is it's a resonant instrument, just like a drum set or a percussive instrument. It's played with a stick.
Yes. Of
course, with a rubber on the end. And of course, it varies. The type of stick varies based on the type of instrument or the size of the note that you're playing as well. So you've been rolling on single notes. So, of course, this pan isn't labeled. You don't have any idea of what the notes are right now.
Right.
When you first start, of course, you're gonna label your notes. You know where everything is. So, I'm gonna just call it out for you right now. Right. So this is D. We were playing the D major scale before.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna try D and F sharp. So you're gonna roll with your right hand here. And you put your left hand on this one. So together now. You can just do what we call an extended chord now, so F sharp and A now.
F sharp and A.
And then we can do A and D over here now. There you go.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Can you play me a song? What is your favorite song to play on pan?
I really don't know. I don't really have
you
a
don't
favorite.
Have a favorite
no,
song
no, no.
by?
What you want your viewers to hear?
I like something local.
You like
Let's
something
keep it
local?
Keep it local.
Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
You Russian red wine
ready.
and
I'm done
You're
ready.
ready? You was born ready?
I was born ready. Thank you. You know what I love is not alone just the sound, but watching and seeing your passion, your smile that never leaves your face when you play.
Well, I definitely enjoy doing this.
It's beautiful. I've enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for today. And thank you for having me. Do not knock down the can.
That's okay. If you knock it down, you gotta tune it.
Okay.
Okay, a hammer.
A hammer or a cannon, either one, right? Quickly, can you play something without any instrumentals? Like
sure, no problem. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Pan and A minor, which is like kitchen.
Yes, play some
so we'll do
kitchen.
like an instrumental.
Beautiful, cool.
So it's
Love
gonna be like a kind of classical feel. So.
Okay.
Ready?
Kitchen vibes.
You ready? You ready?
You're ready or what? Karaoke Trini style.
Me and my money, yeah. We don't know the words to the song.